All right, we were looking at nature of personality last class, classification of personality, natural person and juristic person.
Unborn person.
Yeah, unborn person.
Operation of law, nature of personalities. Yeah.
Yes. So the next thing we have is status of dead men, unborn person, and lunatics. Okay, we will see that part.
Yeah.
So first thing we have is legal status of dead men. Now, when we talk about a person, right, we generally consider that someone who can hold rights, they are called as person, right? It might be that the citizens of India are having some rights, some foreigners also given some rights. So whoever is a person capable of holding rights, that in general we call as person. So if to be a person, it's needed that we should be able to hold rights. What is the status of a dead man? Because as such, dead men cannot hold rights, right? So what is the status of them? It is recognized principle that personality of human being commences on his birth and ceases to exist at the death. Like we have right to live with human dignity, right to privacy, right to clean air, all these things, it's considered that it exists until a person is alive, and it starts the moment a person is born alive. So what is the status of a unborn person plus dead person? The only exception which we can say is the personality of an unborn child. The rationale behind this rule is that dead man has no rights and interest. Once a person is dead, he is not having any interest as such, right? He is not going to take anything with him. So there is no interest of the person. That's why we also see a concept of dying declaration in evidence, if you remember. You have got the concept, right? So the person who is about to die, because he is anyways dying, most likely he would not tell a lie because there is no interest involved. His statement is also considered, right? So it is said that he is not having any rights or interest. The word and expression person under Article 21 would include that person in a limited sense only. Under Article 21, a lot of different rights are being covered, like right to education, right to travel abroad. So many things are covered. But only some of these rights would be applicable to a dead person. Not all the rights are applicable. And that is right to his life, which includes right to live with human dignity, to have an extended meaning, to treat the dead body with respect, which he would have deserved had he been alive, subject to tradition, culture, and the religion which he professed. During the time of COVID, we have seen, right, dead bodies were buried without allowing the family members to take part. They were just buried in groups. So there were cases also being filed that we should respect the dead bodies based on their culture, religion, traditions. We need to follow the practices, right? We need to respect that. Why was it done? Because even though a person is dead, he is having that right that his dead body should be treated with respect. Family members are having a right to get the dead body and can treat it in their way, right? Whatever is being followed.
Yes.
The state must respect the dead person by allowing the body of the person to be treated with dignity, and unless it is required for the purpose of establishing a crime. Most of the times we see post-mortem report for that a dead body is sent. They would just do all the investigation and everything because it's necessary to establish a crime. Rather than following the tradition, what is important is to punish the criminal. To give justice to the dead person is very much important. That's why that is like an exception. It is allowed to a certain cause of death, when the person died, how the person died, all these things we can ascertain.
Yes.
And be subjected to post-mortem and for scientific investigation. Sometimes a person may even donate his body for medical education, that once I die, my body can be used for medical education, or to save life of another person, like people donate some organs like eyes and all. In such cases also, if the person has consented, Based on that, it can be used in order to save another person's life in accordance with law. There are a lot of provisions, right? The person needs to sign on consent form, families need to inform, a lot of process is involved there. The preservation of dead body and its disposal in accordance with human dignity. So these are some exceptions, otherwise it is a right given to the dead person. Under Indian criminal law, disrespect towards dead body is an offense. That's why so many cases we had seen being filed during the time of COVID, and it ensures decent burial. So the process, the tradition, whatever is being followed, that should be followed. Even during COVID, it was allowed that one family member would be allowed. They need to wear like proper PP kit and everything they would wear, and they would do the like final proceedings, right? Whatever is there, they will get it done. So even during COVID, by following the safety procedure and everything, not like the entire family, but at least one member was allowed to take part in the process. However, the reputation of a dead person to protect is protected both under civil as well as criminal law. There is a Latin maxim also, de mortis nil nisi bonum, which means of dead, nothing but good is to be said. Once a person dies, it's not that we should be telling bad things about the person, because it might disrespect the person and his family members might be affected as a result of that, right? So we cannot disrespect that also. We cannot publish anything defamatory as well, right? Or we cannot say that, okay, if you do not do this, I will publish some defamatory statement regarding this dead person of your family. Those things are also not accepted. A libel upon a dead person will be punishable. Even though the person has died, it is not that you can defame the person. That is not accepted. That will be punishable. The duty to protect reputation of the deceased is vested with the relatives, and it is inherent right of the living descendants. The family members will have a right that they should be protecting it. If it is being affected, they can even go to the court, file a case, because their emotions, a lot of things are being affected over there. Further, the interest of deceased is protected through testamentary succession. It will regulate enjoyment and disposition of property which he owned while living. Fine, he is not having any interest once he dies, but definitely he would want that his property is not simply donated to someone or something, right? He would want that his family members, his sons, daughters, they should be enjoying it. Or if he wants to donate it to someone, whatever is it, we have provisions relating to that also, right? The person can prepare a will also. If not also based on the personal loss, it would get transferred to his legal heirs, right? We have all these provisions. So that also in a way shows that his interest is being protected. Even though he is dead, what he would have wanted, that thing is taken into consideration. Okay, is it clear?
Clear, yes, madam.
Hey, before we continue, I wanted to inform you about my live mentorship program for LL.B students or law aspirants. Law subjects and law topics need detailed clarity. We get that with the help of cases, examples, and detailed explanation. It's definitely not possible to include everything in these short videos. If you find my videos easy to understand and you are looking for some professional help in preparing for your examination, you can join my live mentorship program. Here you will be getting exam tips, answer writing skills, detailed notes that you can refer for your examination, cases, examples, and in a very easy way topics will be explained. I have live classes going on for a lot of subjects as of now. To know more about it, you can drop me a message on this WhatsApp number. I'm also helping a lot of students in writing their assignments. If you need any such help or for any queries, any suggestions, you can drop me a message on this WhatsApp number. And now let's continue with our video.